Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you're all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So everyone at this point is pretty much aware of ISO 20022 adoption. We're starting to see a lot of migration happening around ISO 20022, which is something that we have been really kind of watching for a while, right? Because this is standardization. Standardization is really heating up. And I feel as though the timeline on this, to most people, they still think that, oh, it's a couple years away. They couldn't be any further from the truth when they say that. When we look down here, right, we have chips migrates to ISO 20022 message format. Now, remember that the clearinghouse's chips is a private sector high value clearing and settlement system. And this is one that is pushing a ton of transactions and value. We have down here that the clearinghouse had initially planned to move over to ISO 20022 in November of 2023, but pushed the date back on the recommendations of participants and in the face of similar delays by network providers around the world. Now, this promises a host of benefits, including more efficient payments processing and rich data content, such as extended remittance information and the ability to query structured message formats for things like sanctions and compliance screening. The migration also means chips messages align with message formats used by other global high-value payment systems, boosting the efficiency and information content of cross-border payments. On Monday, April 8th, the CHIPS network concluded its first day of operations on the ISO 20022 message format, releasing 555,345 payments for a value of 1.81 trillion. Guys, this is on the first day of operations, and they are pushing 555,000 plus payments with almost a $2 trillion value behind them. Do you see how big of a deal these high value payment systems really are? We really haven't tapped into these yet. Even around blockchain and DLT rails, these are not tapped in. But we have a quote from the head of Global Payment Solutions in North America from HSBC. Do I need to tell you guys that HSBC has been openly collaborating with Ripple and Medico for a very long time? We are excited to implement ISO 20022 as it will improve payment transparency and accelerate payment delivery with its increased data load and structured content, resulting in a better experience for our clients, CHIPS participants, and the industry itself. Very big deal. Now, at the same exact time, Swift congratulated the clearinghouse. And we even see here, this is an important milestone in the global adoption journey of ISO 20022 that will improve payment efficiency and enhance every transaction with richer, more structured data. The CHIPS network is also the first high-value payment system in the United States to adopt the new messaging standard. And we even have the clearinghouse's successful migration is a significant step, and we look forward to working together to extend the benefits of rich data to the wider payments ecosystem. And we even have a nice quote down here. ISO 20022 is the foundation for financial institutions to work smarter and faster, leading to greater operational efficiency, improved data analytics and compliance, new opportunities for innovation, and enhanced customer experience. Guys, this is one of the big changes happening right now around the global payment and financial system. This is harmonization of standards and messaging. This is going to provide us the next area of opportunity, which is implementing new technologies. When we see new opportunities for innovation, it's innovation through new technologies, disruptive technologies that are providing faster payments, instant payments. Settlement is the key here. And the fee base, right? Lower cost. This is revolutionizing the payment, the entire payment network. Talking about the global payment network. Over here, we have a great video from the BIS. The BIS was there, as well as some very large players, which we will talk about. This actually got posted by Subjective Views. We have market dips are buying opportunities. Many will sell and miss the opportunity to change their lives and the people around them forever. The stakes are high and your patience will be tested. But perseverance is mandatory. Vice President and Treasurer of the World Bank, discussing the inefficiencies in the traditional settlement systems and how new technologies will help remedy that. We believe that innovation in financial markets is part of fulfilling our mission. Check this out.
There's broad agreement that central bank money is essential in the financial system, and that the system so far works pretty well. But we're here to talk about the future, so we must have in the back of our mind some inefficiencies. So Jorge, can you tell us what you think the inefficiencies in the traditional settlement setup are? And perhaps how will new technologies help solve some of them or ameliorate some of them?
So let me start with a little bit of advertisement, maybe. So in financial terms, you can think about the World Bank in the following terms, right? We were created in the 1940s, and from then on, the paid-in capital that our shareholders have given us is $20 billion. With that, we have gone to markets throughout all of these years, raised $1 trillion, and on lent to developing countries and emerging countries, $830 billion. So I would claim that we are the most efficient, let's say, private capital mobilization engine ever created. No? This engine requires to go to markets every year for billions of dollars, around $50 billion, and we do this in markets all over the world. We issue in more than 20 countries on a yearly, in 20 currencies on a yearly basis, and then the resources that we receive go to emerging and developing countries at times in the most challenging of circumstances, right? Even fragile and conflict-affected situations. So, from our perspective, how we settled our bond issuances, how the increase of efficiency in that process, right? The less friction, the more transparency, the better. Because, at times problems arise, and even finding which piece of the chain was the one that broke down is a challenge. And the same applies to the disbursement of resources. And we certainly believe that technology can play a role in making the whole system far more efficient, far more transparent, and it will create, positive externalities for everyone. We are, big believers in innovation, and we believe that innovation in financial markets is part of fulfilling our mission. And just to give you, some examples, in 1981, we were counterparty to the very first currency swap, which, by the way, it involved Switzerland, because it was us and IBM on the other side, and Swiss marks and Deutsche marks in the transaction, and that led to I don't need to tell you what that led to. No, it's the creation of a trillions and trillions of dollars market every year. So that is why we believe this is important for us.
Thank you.
And remember the companies that are also a part of this, like IBM. So many people overlook IBM and the connections that they have to this space. Think about who they're collaborating with. Stellar, Hedera, Casper, Quant. New technology is here. Not only is new technology here, but you also look at the standards that are coming with ISO 20022. Transparency, the data layer, all on blockchain is extremely transparent. Messaging is now going to be transparent, but data itself on blockchain makes it even more accessible. You can see it more transparently. It's immutable, it's trusted, it's secure. Then you look at payment technology, settlement through a lot of these great networks like RippleNet or even Stellar. Guys, things are changing very, very fast. And remember, this is the World Bank. The same World Bank that, if you go and look at the PDF files, XRP and XLM are mentioned. Even XDC is mentioned on a few PDF files around trade finance. you can clearly see the picture being painted here for you. Over here, we have Chris Larson. Big shout out to Bank XRP. Ripple Chris Larson. We're just building infrastructure. The infrastructure will provide a new foundation and give way to entirely new types of innovation further out the payment stack. And yeah, it's all infrastructure. Like, this is all infrastructure layer technology. Focus on what is going on behind closed doors. Focus on what's really becoming a reality around a lot of these networks and the infrastructure foundation layer. When we look at Medica with Ripple, for example, that is infrastructure. That is digital DLT blockchain based infrastructure around tokenization, around payments, custody, you name it. But then also remember what happened just recently in the EU. As we look at ISO 20022 and we look at new age technologies, instant payments regulation just came into force in the EU. This is a big change because it's impacting banks heavily and making sure that they have to have instant payments. Volante, which is tapped in with Ripple and XRP, they just recently said back in February, MEPs have given the green light to new rules for lightning fast transfers across the EU. Are you ready for the change? Contact us to explore how Volante SEPA instant payment solution can meet the mandate. And then also, missing the deadline for ISO 20022 adoption for FedWire is not an option. Speak with a payments expert to learn more. When we look at Volante and Ripple, there is a big puzzle piece there. We've talked about it on multiple occasions. We've talked about how big Volante is. But this is fully focused on ISO 20022, focused on the EU, even with SEPA instant payments. But then we look at what is happening around ISO 20022 adoption. Over here from Smoke Dog, there's two great posts. One, we have this. It is a misconception that ISO 20022 implementation will be in 2025 to 2026. The truth is these banks are upgrading and adopting digital technology now. The transformation of the banking sector is happening today. Basel III, ISO 20022, largest plumbing upgrade in history. And here we have a full breakdown of how interoperability around ISO 20022 is bringing to mind the inception of Bluetooth's short distance wireless communication. It will become the global standard for secure standardized financial communication. Addressing the broader financial landscape, Basel III focuses on capital and reserves, while ISO 20022 emerges as a crucial component for the digital system. Contrary to misconceptions about ISO implementation in 2025 to 2026, the reality is that banks are actively adopting this technology now. The urgency to integrate ISO 20022 into financial systems underscores its immediate significance in transforming the banking sector. The largest plumbing upgrade in history is here. Are you positioned for success? And this is something that I always bring up in conversation. Plumbing. This is the plumbing for the entire new financial system that's rising. This is going to make everything flow in a very frictionless way, an open way, very fast, efficient, low cost. This is changing the entire game globally. And it's so urgent now. Major banks, major high value payment systems like this CHIPS migration is something to focus on, because now we're starting to see moves being made in a very, very fast way. And remember, yes, you can utilize the XRP ledger and ISO 20022 together for payments, clearing up all misconceptions and misunderstandings. And here you have that video. Let me play it for you guys.
In the ISO 20022 format. But with my new component, we are able to just fetch these online payments from the ledger and transform them into regular ISO 20022 format. And that seemed to work. It creates a special file, which we are able to import within the already known process for the user. And just can show, okay, we have received 5 Swiss francs again, and we can continue in my regular use process. That means, all in all, we can, from a sender side, send payments within our NUM process over the XRP ledger. And as a receiver, we can just use the ledger to receive all these payments and transform them into a format which my accounting software already understands.
And there you guys have it. And again, this is also the same exact connection when it comes to Ripple with Volante, with ISO 2022 messaging format. Like it's already set up. The fundamental infrastructure is already here. All we have to wait for is ISO 2022 and Basel III, and these standards, regulations, things like that. It takes a little bit of time. But guys, just like you heard over here, right? Your patience will be tested. This is one of the largest opportunities that we have in front of us. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Don't mess it up. I'm not going to hold your hand through this. If you're going to get shaken out, if you're going to go and, leave this space and sell into meme coins and whatever, I don't care, right? Everyone is accountable for their own actions. I'm here to simply connect the dots, do the research for you guys, save you a ton of time. And regardless of what you do next, it's your decision. But we are starting to see major changes arise right now. We are seeing the new plumbing for the new financial system becoming a big deal. And now it's at the forefront. Focus on the big picture. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on for more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.